Like I said earlier, it's going to go down in the record book that the Seattle Mariners lost 2-1 to the Los Angeles Angels today. But realistically, the Seattle Mariners beat the Angels 1-0, and Luke Raley lost to the Angels 2-1. Here's the Seattle scorecard sheet, and here is the Angels scorecard sheet. Mariners out hit, out base ran, and just out everything except defense for the game today against the Angels. Luke Raley, unfortunately, had a pretty bad error that actually led to both runs scoring. Only one of the runs was considered an earned run because it actually should have ended the inning. So neither run, in my opinion, should have been considered an earned run. But Kirby does get a quality start with a loss, bringing his ERA down to 3.29 and a 7-7 record. Soriano gets the win, and Estevez gets the save. JP struck out twice. Cal struck out 3 times while being the DH. Julio went 2 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. It was awesome to see what Julio did. Unfortunately, he had a uh, clutch strikeout. Polanco's back under batting 196, batting under 200 after he goes 0 for 4 with a strikeout. We struck out 10 times. They struck out 8 times. We had 6 hits. They had 5. We walked 4 times and got hit by 2 pitches. They walked twice and didn't get hit by a pitch, which was actually great. Soriano actually hit Julio in the head, which was it looked like he lost control. It was not great. Um, it was not great at all. Kirby looked really good, a lot of good command. Had he in the bottom of the second when uh, Adele singled to right field to Raleigh, Mickey Moniak scored, and then Zach Nato scored, and then Adele went to third on a throwing error by Raleigh. The out should have been the out should have actually been Mickey Moniak or Zach Neto. One of those two should have been out, or at the very least, it should have been 1-1. That actually moved LA's win probability to 65.1%. We scored on a Julio Rodriguez single. Scored JP Crawford, which was really nice. We got JP and Julio both working hard. JP got on base once, but struck out twice, so it kind of Rendon looks just like he hates being there. Like, and I know he doesn't enjoy baseball, but every time I look at Anthony Rendon, I'm just like, bruh, you don't want to be there. There are a couple of situations in the game where the umpire made some questionable calls, and one where the umpires just forgot the count. My scorebook had it as 1 and 2. Goldie's scorebook had it as 1 for 2, and it was just a whole mess. And it ended up being a fly out, so it didn't end up hurting anything for the Mariners. So it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing there, but at least nothing terrible happened. Mariners in the ninth inning, though, in the ninth inning today, they went up and went down 1-2-3. It was 7-8-9 in the order, but they didn't look like they were trying. They looked like they were kept trying to just hit the home run. It was a sharp line out, a fly out, and a strikeout. And the Robles strikeout, actually, he didn't do terrible, but that gave Estevez the save. It's his 17th on the season. Both and Snyder get credited with nothing. Each gave up 1 hit and with 1 strikeout after George left. George looked really good. The weird thing today was that George walked 2, and somebody in the game thread mentioned that that's 15% of his walks on the season were issued in this game, which just straight up doesn't make any sense. George Kirby's command doesn't make sense, and I am just here for it. Overall, it was a very nothing game. One of those games where it's a 2-1 game where whoever makes the least amount of mistakes wins, and the Mariners made the most amount of mistakes, so it is what it is.